since Chris Christie's doing this parade, here is, I wanted to say, like, how did he show up on all of these networks almost at the same time? But there's enough of Chris Christie to go around. Let's put it that way.
Woo!
Sorry about that, folks. Here is Chris Christie on his, I don't even know what the F is going on with him on all these things, these networks, but whatever it is, maybe some billionaire is just buying a lot of ad time. But here he is with Anderson Cooper as we discuss, is Chris Christie the biggest cuck to Donald Trump? And I would argue he is because of him being the personal valet. But go ahead.
It's Cruz.
Not only a strong leader, but by a caring, genuine, and decent person. Do you believe that now?
Well, look, I think what I said there, I absolutely believe that he was our strongest option that was left when I said those things. And the fact is that, again, you're left with the choices you have. But now what I'm saying to folks...
Do you believe that he was caring, genuine, and a decent person?
Let me tell you something. When I said those things, he had always been that to me. Mm-hmm. He had always been that to me at that time.
Do you believe that now?
Well, he's been less of that to me over the course of time, but I still consider him a friend. We've been friends for 20 years.
Do you think he has been decent? Do you think he's been genuine, caring? I mean, I think when you were in the hospital... He called you up and he was saying something about, like, you're not going to say you got it from me, are you? Right.
But in the beginning of that conversation, for the whole conversation, he did ask how I was doing. But the fact is,
are you going to die? Are you going to die? Because if you're going to die, this is going to look really bad for me.
Could you go out and do a photo op and just walk around, make sure people don't think you're too sick? Come on.
Okay, listen, if you're going to die, let's go over who you probably got this from and who you didn't get it from.
Say you got it from Hillary.
Right? Say you get... Should we lock her up? What about your wife? Does your wife have COVID? Can you say you got it from her? What about your kids? Okay. I just want to make sure that...
You're not going to embarrass me.
Dying would be super weak. Just want you to know that.
Not a great time right now, Chris.
Want to remind you, I came through it no problem. So you ask why you never got hired? This is why. Don't be so weak.
Don't you dare blame me for your death.
All right, go back. This is just, my God. How humiliating. Incidentally, no one's going to buy your book.
Time, but I still consider him a friend. We've been friends for 20 years.
Do you think he has been decent? Do you think he's been genuine, caring? I mean, I think when you were in the hospital, he called you up and he was saying something about, like, you're not going to say you got it from me, are you?
Right. But in the beginning of that conversation, for the whole conversation, he did ask how I was doing. But the fact is, Anderson, that
Chris, I know you're in a lot of pain right now, but can you just sign this piece of paper saying you got COVID from the Democrats and definitely not me?
So this is how the call goes. How you doing? I'm okay, but you're not going to die. Also, I just want to remind you, according to my lawyer, your NDA is still in effect. So you did not get it from me, right? Otherwise, we sue you. How are you doing now? It just keeps checking in during the course of the conversation. I'm great. I didn't get COVID from you. Oh, so it sounds like you're doing well. Okay, good.
Well, yeah, because my COVID wasn't even that bad, so.
Basically like a flu.
I mean, I got over my COVID, so if you die, probably a different COVID.
Definitely different COVID.
Couldn't be the same, because mine didn't kill me, and yours killed you.
It only killed you because you are not in the most amazing shape that I'm in.
You should go out and tell people you wish you got COVID from me so you didn't get it from somebody who got the worst one.
You would have gotten the better COVID where you're actually feeling better than you did before.
Where I fought it halfway for you before giving it to you.
I felt, after my COVID, I felt better than I ever had. So if you're feeling worse, probably different COVID.
You probably did not get the presidential COVID, Trump COVID.
And if you did get my COVID, you're welcome.
Like antibodies.
My God.
So he's running for president then, or he's trying to see if there's an appetite for it.
Somebody wants him to.
Or here's my theory. He is about to promote a new crypto that actually is generated by humiliation.
Oh, yeah.
So he's going out there, and every time he goes on to one of these shows and he humiliates himself, it's fueling the processing power to create value in his crypto.
Yeah, that's a lot more environmentally sound than traditional crypto. So I appreciate Christie being, sustainable there. But the thing about him running, I just want to point this out, like, if there is a billionaire bankrolling it, which I think you're actually right about that.
It's got to be.
It's got to be. They want Trump aesthetics without it being Trump. So Chris Christie can do Jersey Tough Talk cosplay, and so that's what they think the value is. And that, like, it's
without a doubt,
the contempt for the people that are voting for him. It's just seeps through all of these like financed efforts.
Well, there's just stupid theory that is not certainly not that is in no way a function of party, because that's why you get all these like people who think like the Lincoln Project has so much value, that what you need to take care of Donald Trump is somebody who's going to be like outbarb him in some way, and it's just the stupidest.
People don't know why Trump was. First of all, he could win GOP freaks better than as well as any of those primary folks. But he's also a fixture of public culture, like a short, like synonymous with a rich guy.
Yeah.
Right? He's all over culture. He's into rap, like right. Like you listen to a rap lyric from like 2003, and there's a chance like Trump might be mentioned.
There's a Mac Miller song before he ran called Donald Trump, where we talk about how much money he makes.
That's the problem, is that there is too much about Donald Trump that is vulnerable, that most of these politicians, they can't attack. I mean, let's be clear, right? What was Joe Biden, regardless of what his ideology is, what was his profile?
Obama's VP.
Yeah.
I mean, not just that, but in terms of like himself, like what was his profile?
Washington.
No, that was for us. For the American public, it was, Amtrak Joe.
Yeah.
It was working class union guy Joe. I mean, his record didn't reflect that, but that was his regular guy Joe. And, he was saying like, Main Street instead of Wall Street. And, did he believe that? And did he say that behind closed doors? No. But the point is that was the perception that I think there was out there. He was not, rightly or wrongly, he was not perceived as like a sop to the wealthy. I would argue that his record belied that. But that's you attack Donald Trump by attacking wealth, and nobody in the Republican Party can do that.
Yeah,
and they couldn't. And that's my point is like he's a billionaire. He's up there. Whatever he says trumps whatever they say because he is richer than them. And when Hillary Clinton went around and said things aren't that bad and she's not going to attack she couldn't attack Goldman Sachs. I mean look at Terry McAuliffe. Terry McAuliffe could not exercise the primary attack that one would have launched against Youngkin if you were anybody but someone who was working at the same frickin' Carlyle group. Was it Carlyle group? Youngkin was a predatory, what did they call it? What did Newt Gingrich call it when he went after Romney? Was it vulture capitalism?
Oh.
Youngkin was a vulture capitalist. If you wanted to go in and attack Youngkin, like, the idea that you did not have that arrow in your quiver. I got the arrow that has the the sort of like the iron tip or whatever it is.
Yeah, the car elevator arrow.
Yeah, I can't use that one because I'm that guy too. Never. I don't think people voted against Terry McAuliffe because of that. But like, you can't take 1/3, 1/2, 1/4, whatever you want to measure it, of your arsenal that you would use against this guy and take it off the table because you're just as guilty. That's a problem.
Well, and that's the same reason why Bernie would have won in 2016, right? Because you can. Hillary Clinton was unable to.
I mean,
I understand it's a counterfactual, but.
If it was just up to the people, I think he would have. But I got to be honest with you. Democratic Party running somebody like
I
Bernie.
think. My whole point was I thought that what's his face.
Oh yeah, the O'Malley.
O'Malley would have won. I think O'Malley would have won too. Not just Bernie.
Like Lincoln, they like fetishize that he was born in a log cabin. Like this is as old as politics, right?
Yep. So, what
was William Henry Harrison? What was the deal with him? Remember that? That was like the original campaign where it's like he was from nobody can remember. Somebody in the chat will remind me.
I mean, of course, like that always trumps. No pun intended. No pun intended. But
speaking of nominative determinism.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Nominative determinism. Somebody's like throwing around their doctorate a little bit. Are you a PhD?
No, master's.
Well, nevertheless. Around here you are.
Yeah.
What I said there, I absolutely believe that he was our strongest option that was left when I said those things. And the fact is that, again,